guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube how you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by a very special guest, Richard Embree. How's it going, man?
What's going on, WyzGyz? Long time no see.
I know, it's been crazy. So much stuff.
Yeah.
So much real life stuff and so much
comic stuff, real life stuff, real life comic stuff. It's all happening at once, man.
It never stops rolling.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it feels like it's been ages since we last saw each other.
Yeah, I remember you were one of the first streams I went on, and you were actually backer number 1 on the last goodbye. So thank you, man. Thank you for blessing me with that and kicking off a great campaign that got funded. And man, that was an experience. That was a good experience, and yeah, it was. I learned a lot from that. From that, to be honest, too. A lot of bad things happened that I made sure that the customers got what they paid for, and everyone was happy. So that made it all worth it to fulfill the campaign and have no complaints whatsoever. There was no complaints whatsoever. If anything, like so what happened with the T-shirts? I don't know if you ordered a T-shirt, but I advertised a certain look. Oh, this is the look I advertised, and then the T-shirts came with a border, and I was like, it was a crazy story because the person that I went to get the shirts manufactured at or printed at, he ended up catching COVID, know, and so he was actually in the hospital like on a respirator, and his brother was running the order, and so it was I'm like, hey, he got these shirts together, and then the shop fell apart, and man, one of the employees actually passed away. It was. So all this is going on. I'm not, I'm trying to like work with it. I'm trying to like not like, I'm not the type to bring out a violin and like, oh, poor me, this is that. I'm just like, dude, people spend their money. They ain't trying to hear it, bro. There's some grace period, but come on, man, so. So my friend, I mean, he came through like a champ. He printed the shirts, but the person he had doing the artwork had the border around it. And what am I supposed to tell him? Like his brother's like recovering from his deathbed. I'm like, hey, can you print these again, bro? So, I don't know if you didn't see the print file, so I was just like, you know what? And I just came home. I was talking with my wife about it. I'm like, you know what? I just I got a quote from another printer, and I was just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to print them up again. I'm going to print them up right, or as they were advertised. And, one of the shirts was a little bit lighter. One was a little bit thicker. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give people both shirts. That's it. So the CG community is so awesome. I got messages like, hey, bro, you accidentally gave me 2 shirts. I'm like, no, bro. Thank you, brother. Like, I messed up. But here you go, man. Like if I, it is what it is, but I'd rather you have it than me look at it. And, I think you would value it, and to be honest, dude, the design looked cool with the border around it, but it's just not what I advertised. And I'm one of those guys that, what you see is what you get,
Yeah.
So I just gave it to everyone, and everyone was happy. And
yeah, I got the 2 T-shirts, and I was like,
yeah, like that. What? You messed up.
It was like, did I actually get 2 variant? Did I get a variant shirt?
Yeah,
a variant cover shirt.
Yeah, now that is a CG first, a variant cover shirt. No one's doing that. Exactly. It was the shirt of the variant cover, but no one's doing a variant cover shirt. So that's a CG first. I'll take it.
Welcome, Pops.
Hey, Pops.
Hey, yo.
Pops is cool. I just came from his show, so he's helping me trying to get more eyes on the devil from Talonflats, and it's just everyone like it's just coming out and letting me come in on their stream and introducing me to their platform, and it's just
Nice.
blessed, man. I'm just happy, and it's just a good time. So
Oh, totally. So it's been seemingly ages since you've been on the show. I wanted to kind of flashback. As is customary on my channel, I like to do some of the deeper dives.
Sure.
Channels and get to know the creator better. And I'd love it if you'd share with us what you were into when you were a kid, whether it be comics, movies, toys, TV, cartoons, and then what were the major milestones in your life that led you down the path to eventually becoming a crowdfunding creator.
Yeah. So early on, like when I was a little kid, it was like Spider-Man and Hulk, and then you grow up in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, those are like, oh man, it was just like he's actually flying, and then I just like, just fast forward. I remember begging my mom to like rent Ghostbusters. So like, you already seen it? No, I haven't seen it lately. I was like, just please, lady, just buy me the VHS, please. And she would never rent it. And then I remember we ended up getting cable. Man, we were like one of the last people to get cable. We ended up getting cable, and I was just recording movies, recording. I recorded Ghostbusters 2, and I just watched it over and over. I remember she did buy me the Batman, the Michael Keaton, the first one, and I just watched that over and over and over, and then fans of like cartoons, I was like really G.I. Joe, He-Man.
That's my jam.
Ninja Turtles when I got a little bit older, and then like early teens was like the X-Men and Spider-Man. Man, they were just making great cartoons back then. I started getting into comics around like 9 or 10. Punisher, Venom. I was sharing with Pops earlier that I would go to the comic book store when I could. It wouldn't be too often, but I would just look for the best Punisher cover or Venom cover, and I would just buy the covers and just take them home, and they were in plastic. I didn't know, like no one taught me. I was like, hey, that's the new week, you can read them and put them in plastics. I was just like just buying the coolest cover I can find and just collecting covers like they're basketball cards, and then I ended up starting to read them and liked them, and then I got into like music and hip hop, and I did that for a while.
I'm sorry, do you mean when you were initially finding all these cool covers, you were thinking that these were like prints?
No, I knew there were comic books, but like they came in a plastic. They looked like so like you keep them in the plastic because they were taped, they were priced, and I was like, oh, you can't. And I have real oily hands, so I was just like, I'll leave them there and look at them, and I didn't really enjoy them. And then people are just like, hey, these are the weekly. They come out weekly. You can follow the story and this and that. I'm like, oh, really? So then I did the music thing, and that kind of ran its course, and it was fun while it lasted. But I just didn't have the same passion to like make music and beats as I did.
So you were a performer?
I did emceeing, I did producing, I threw hip hop shows and stuff. I had a what they call, like, I know it's like a podcast now, but it was called like an internet radio back then. I would have like local hip hop acts come on that were like local in the Orange County. I had like, I got what I did is there was this publicist who worked with like Chino XL, Cycle Realm, Immortal Technique, and she knew me on a personal level, so I had her as a guest. She liked how she was treated as a guest, and I was like, well, would you mind having your talent come on, and we could schedule them to promote? So that was easy. She was just like, hey, Moral Technique, this guy's cool. He's a good, solid dude. Would you mind doing an interview and stuff? And he would call up, and so I was doing that. And then what ended up happening is someone broke into the the place and took the equipment. And the
man.
people that owned it were real nice. They were like, "Hey, we'll let you provide content. We'll pay for the licensing. We'll put it on the internet. You provide you do your show and provide the content. But if you do advertising, just give us half." I'm like, "Dude, that's cool." So I would try to get advertising. I would have like you know, I would reach out to like talent or whoever their agent is. Like if someone was performing, I would reach out to their person and be like, "Hey, well, are you selling tickets in Orange County? Because I have a show. We get like 100 listeners, 150 listeners that are totally your demographic. Do you mind if your artist would call in just for 5 minutes just to say go to the show?" Yeah, sure. And that's what people don't realize with like the music and stuff, or maybe even Hollywood, is you never talk to the talent directly. If you want the talent to come, you talk to the agent or their manager. So I'd always like when I would hit up an artist, I'd be like, can I get a manager contact? Everyone's like, "Hey man, could you mind coming on the show and doing it?" No. I hit you up. Can I get a manager contact? And then the manager contact will, yeah. What do you need? Well, this is give me the number. Then I call and we go from there. But yeah, it just wasn't like hip hop was changing, and I got out just in time because look where it's at now, man. There are some real talented MCs and stuff out there, but it's like far and few, and it's just I mean, you really got to. I mean, they're out there if you dig. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talent, but I was just done with it, but I wanted a creative outlet, and I just ended up going back to. I was like, I got to one of those points where I was like, what makes me happy? And I ended up going back to a comic book store and I started reading The Punisher. And this was like when Garth Ennis had his run, and I bought the hardcover, volume of The Punisher Max, or Marvel Max, or I think it was called. Like it was Marvel Max, but the Punisher, the Ennis run. And I fell in love with it all over again. And that led me to other comic books because I liked superheroes, but I wasn't like, I was like, oh man, that's too much history to learn, man. I don't, and I would always like, I remember working with this guy who was into comic books, and he was just telling me all the stories of Wolverine and this and that. I'm like, whoa, Joseph, this is way too much information. So he's like, bro, if you ever get into Wolverine, I'll guide you, bro. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, so that was kind of intimidating. So I went to like stuff that, Vertigo was going on, and man, I was just I went Preacher, Why the Last Man, what else was I reading? Well, of course, Watchmen, and I'm just discovering all these graphic novels, all these comic books that are intended for like adults and stuff, for a mature crowd, and I just like fell in love with it, and I was like, man, I want in, I want to get into this medium.
Did I lose you?
What, did you? Hello? Oh no.
What the hell?
It was funny because I was still talking and you froze. I'm like, I lose you.
Oh man, it's like,
Yeah.
what the heck? It's like you froze on my end and I froze on yours.
Yeah.
And
so I left and I just came back. I was like, oh, if I did freeze, I'll just try to get back in. Where'd I leave off at?
Hold on just a minute. Let me. Oh, all right, there it goes. Wow, that's weird. I don't know what the heck is going on because it seems like my internet has not been very stable as of late.
Oh, yeah.
Bizarro world. Pop says, this book looks amazing. I got the Preston cover.
Yes, sir.
See, co-hosts are golden, lol.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you're really into the Punisher.
Yeah, the Ennis run, and I just started picking up like a lot of Vertigo books, like Scalp, uh, Northlanders, Why the Last Man, Preacher, in that kind of era. And I was just like, oh, this is amazing. I want in. I want to do this medium. I want to be a storyteller. Because with rap and hip hop, everything you say, it has to be like, it felt like it had to be accredited. Like you had to mean what you say. You had to do everything you say, and it was like that took away from creativity. So I was like, hey, I can tell a cool story, and people don't expect me to do this. And it was just, I could tell a criminal story and not be a criminal, or people won't be like, you didn't really do that. So I was just like, this is where I want to go. This is it. And so I started going to conventions, and I would do two things. First, I would go to the panels where they had like indie creators, and I would just listen, because these guys had their own books and they had their own tables, and they're doing panels, and they're teaching you how to do this. So I was like, this is great. And then I would walk around, and I would see who had the dopest product, and I would just buy their product and ask them questions like, how'd you do this? How'd you get this? Blah blah. What is the proper page rate? And I'm just asking so I can just get game from them, just get information. So when I come out with my book or whatever, I'd like to see if it's even possible. And the guys, back then, this is when like comic book artists and stuff were like nice. they were just like, man, go for it, kid. Yeah, just do this, just do that. Make sure you save your money, do this, do that, and everyone's re-encouraging, or just bringing encouragement. So I was okay, cool. Sure. So maybe it's because I bought their stuff, but either way, dude, it was nice for a young guy to hear, man. And
yeah,
it
never hurt to buy their stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up doing comics, and then I remember I would have Dan Frega on Facebook, and he started screen printing, and he lived at Buena Park, and my friend's shirt company, the same same gentleman that got COVID, he had a place in Buena Park. That was where the shop was, and Dan was asking questions about stuff and about screen printing, and I was like, hey man, my buddy has a shop. He's been doing it since like 98. I mean, I don't know the answer, but if you want to come down the shop, dude, he'll help you with whatever he has, and like 20 minutes later, like Dan Frega's in the parking lot, and he's like, yeah, he's like, he comes, and Dan's so cool, bro. Like, in person, he's just so cool, bro. And he's just like, he was just like, yeah, man. My wife's like, where are you going? He's like, someone offered to help me. Like, he was like amazed. I was like, come on in. And then, him and Jesse, they got along. They're like the same. Like, I don't know if they're the same age group, but they're more similar in age. So they get along, and Jesse was like, hey man, my little friend here, he does comics. I'm like, me, remember me,
Say
and Dan's like, what do you want to know, man? What can I help you? I was like, well, because at the time I was like, should I get a thing to should I get a 5-page subscription and give it to Dark Horse, or what should I do? Should I go to this? Should I go to that? He's like, bro, do it yourself. He's like, bring it out yourself. Why give up ownership? Do it yourself. And like, I was like, damn. And like, fast forward, like, years later, I was like, damn, Dan's like OG CG back then, man. He was telling the youngsters, bro, do it yourself. Why are you going to give up that? Why are you going to give up ownership? He's like, nah, just if you can do it yourself, do it yourself. Or go like, I think he recommended Image, but he was really strong. Just do it yourself. Bring it out yourself. Do it yourself. Grind and get a fan base to buy it, So I was like, cool. And that always set the stage, early. So I just started doing it, making my comic books. Yeah, I had some mistakes, but man, it was a learning curve, man. It was a great learning curve. And all of a sudden I had 1 comic, 2 comics, 3 comics, and then I had a baby, and then it was like, no more comics, bro. So it was and then I had a baby, and then I had another baby, and then I was like, oh man. And now I have,
wow.
yeah, so now I just no more babies and more comics. So so I got back into comics, and the game has changed, man. And that's where I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to learn about Twitter and this and that. So I come in, and like there's these people that are nice to me and they're CG, and I'm like, hey, these guys are the bad guys. These guys are the, because I hear all the stuff, and I'm like, whoa, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna accuse them of nothing because they didn't come at me foul. So I'm just gonna sit in the background and lurk, and I'll see. I'll find out when they're racist, and when they're racist, I'll just I'll find out who's racist and just not work with them. And none of them were racist, dude. None of them were like. I'm just like sitting there. It felt like I was like at a dance, and everyone's like, "Hey, man, you need help? Anything? You need me to get you a punch? You need to get you need some cookies? There's punch. There's cookies. There's this." Everyone's just nice to me, and I'm like, no. I'm just standing against the wall looking for racists, man. Like, so I'm just like, man, dude, and just nice people. And then I was like, you know what? And I would see how people would just spread lies about Comicsgate, and I'm like, dude, and I told people what's gonna happen is when people find out that all these people lied about Comicsgate, they're gonna find out there's people out there that are kind of like just like kind of like me, lurking and seeing that, and that when they see there's no racism, they like I did, I was kind of pissed at the other people for spreading this fake BS, and when I became CG, it's it was great, man. Everyone was happy, everyone was helpful, except for like a couple of people on Facebook, like I said, that never helped me out anyway. They're like, oh yeah, I can't work with you. When did you? When did you help me? Like, you didn't help me. You sat there. I asked you all this stuff. You never replied. You were a snob, and now you want to be like, oh, I'm not gonna help you. You never helped me to begin with. But the people that have helped me before, they're still helping me. They're, so it's cool, man. So
very sweet. Did you also do the thing that a lot of people do and read the Wikipedia for Comicsgate?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I got into it with this argument with this guy, and he was just like, "This is what I'm up against." I'm like, "Dude, who wrote that? That's like inaccurate, Like, this is crazy, But I learned to not give them any more energy. Like from the fulfillment time, I took time away to just be with family, relax, and kind of like see what kind of direction I want to go and how I want to promote myself as a brand, as a creator. And I just do that. I just looking at the mistakes that I made, and I gave these people too much energy. I rather be bigging up. I'd rather be building with my friends and helping promote than wasting time arguing back and forth with fools. It's just not worth it for me. And there's other people that do it, and they're way better at it, and they're funnier at it. So I'll leave it up to them. I'll hit the like button. But for me, I don't think it works for me. So
I hear that. Hey, welcome, El Gargoyle. Thanks for the eggplant. Yeah, I try and stay away from the drama, but I keep my distance and try and monitor what's going on and keep track of the players.
Yeah.
But I try not to get too involved because it can, just as with things like politics, it can really suck you in. It can be a huge time sink.
Yeah, it's just, man, especially politics. I what it comes down to is a person has their perspective on life, and who am I to tell them how they feel about life? That's how I'm viewing it now. Like, I don't know how a person grew up or the perspective on life or what life is around their area. So how can I be like, oh, so this works for me, so you should adopt it too? And it's just, I just try to keep it just keep it casual. Let's just talk comics. Let's build each other up. Let's help each other's brand. Let's sell like whatever your personal opinion is on on politics. I ain't care less, you know. As long as someone's respectful to me, I'll always show respect and compassion back. So
Yep, absolutely. Would you excuse me for a moment? I have to check something.
yeah, no worries. Hmm.
Not sure what exactly happened, but I thought someone was knocking on my door, but
Yeah.
maybe they were knocking on another one. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was like, you know what? Yeah, co-hosts, they're golden. Pops is right, man. Where'd everyone go? We're playing hide and go seek with the chat.
Yeah. I finished counting to 20. I'm back. Oh, there you all are. How are you? Hail,
So-
Gothic Arch. Good to see
Hail,
you, man.
hail.
I haven't seen you in ages either. Yeah. Why I co-host golden.
Yeah, that was awkward. I was like, I wanted to like, I was heading to bring up my screen so I can just talk about the product, but I'm like, wait, this ain't my show. I'm like, oh
Denied.
no, yeah.
Denied.
So
Excuse me.
yeah, but Pop's cool, man. He was a wingman right there. He was, he was ready to go to carry conversation through chat. We could have carried on. So,
Oh yeah,
but
sure.
that's just the comics gate, the CG spirit, man.
Hell yeah. You know it.
There it is.
So what would you say are some of the lessons learned from your first campaign? This is campaign number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a totally different type of story.
Yeah.
So what kinds of lessons do you learn from the first campaign that you're going to adapt for or maybe change for this campaign?
First lesson I learned is, or probably the most expensive, is international shipping is a lot. It's a lot of money. And if you don't price it right, you're going to eat a lot of cash. You're going to burn a lot of cash that should have been profit. So, solution to this is I can't change the postal system. I just saw Malin. He was saying, the true cost is like $45, but he's still going to charge $17 for shipping for people overseas. That's great,
Mm-hmm.
for someone like him. But I can't eat that, I don't have that star power yet or that volume, So
Mm-hmm.
what I did, my solution for me is just the thing I can do is just digital, man. Just offer digital for my overseas backers. So if they want to support, but they want to read it, I mean, I guess digital would be the way to go. And then also this opens the door for a lot of people that they want to support as many campaigns as they want, and they don't have all the cash in the world. So digital helps out too with like, okay, well, I'll buy these 2 on digital, and this one is, something I can get in yeah. And actually, Pops was talking about talk to RJ. I probably will, but unfortunately, I don't know I got to look into it see if Indiegogo will let me change anything, because I guess once you go live and someone buys it's set in stone. So
Well, what you got to do is, if you need to make changes to a tier,
mhm,
you have to create a new tier but give it a different names so that
mhm,
it doesn't conflict with the existing one, and then
mhm,
you hide the one that was problematic. But make
mm,
note of it and keep track of what that backer, support,
mm.
so that you make sure you still come through for that backer who did
Yeah,
have interest.
yeah, like PayPal them and stuff. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that
just make sure that you cover all the stuff, all the products that they ordered.
yeah, yeah. So
And
that was one of the lessons I learned with that. Another thing is get a work on the mailing list. So when I had the last goodbye, I had like 40 people. With this one, I had 150 people. So that helps. Keep people interested and just keep reminding them without bugging them.
right, right.
Uh, yeah. What else? Just knowing that, man, dude, that it's gonna be a grind, man. I gotta get up. I gotta start streaming. I gotta stream on other people's. I gotta do my own channel. I gotta keep grinding and trying to catch that new person that is in between streams. And oh, you know what? I seen this guy around. Let me check it out. I gotta get that customer. I gotta get the new customer. Um, just knowing that it's a dogfight, man. It's no retreat, no surrender, man. We're gonna get this printed, So we've been up 2 days and we're at like 6:35. So it's gonna be a fun campaign, but it's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be work, but it's gonna be fun work, especially if you're doing something you love to do.
No, hell yeah.
So
What is the? Where did you launch?
when
Where where did you launch? Whose channel?
I launched on my own, I
Okay.
was reaching out to some channels, but what ended up happening is you know I'm in the process of moving and getting a new job, and then Mark, he's getting married, and I needed to get this money to him, at least the first installment for after his wedding. It was supposed to be kind of before, but we got mixed up. Well, I got mixed up on scheduling, so I was like, dude, I need to launch this as soon as I can. I can't wait till a background check clears and I move in another month to, launch it. So I was like, okay, well, I got a good 3 weeks to really get a head start, and then maybe take a couple days off to move, get the internet back on, and continue to grind. But I can still grind through Twitter. But as far as like streaming and stuff, I'll probably take a couple days off from that during the move, and then once the internet's on, we're back and rolling. So
Hmm.
with that, I had to just launch on my, I just, hey, we're launching Saturday, and launched it. The first couple of days, we got like 250 a day, and just
All right.
continue to go. So I remember the first time, or the last campaign, I had like 300 the first 12-hour stream, and then after that, it was a steady trickling in. So it seems like it's coming a little bit faster. I got some more emails to do. I got some more just streams to get on, and that's what we're doing, man. We're just grinding.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I'm not scared of the grind, man. I'm not scared to get out there and hustle and do what I need to do to get this made. I think this one, it'll be a little bit easier to sell. It looks more like a little bit more appealing than the last goodbye, because the last goodbye was a one shot. It was like a crime noir, just a different kind of story that's kind of hard uh, to promote without giving it away.
Uh-huh.
So This one's a lot easier. The setup's a lot easier. This is what it is. You know, it's a Western. You like Westerns. It's going to be violent. The end's going to be hella violent. We're ready to go, man. We're ready to go. I told Mark, hey man, you're gonna have to draw some violent stuff at the end, man. He's like, I'm ready. so we're good. We're good to go, man. You know, I was like, I'm gonna need you to put that nice Canadian man away, and I need you to draw some wicked stuff, bro. And he's ready, man. Let's do this. So, you know,
who's your artist again?
Mark Savona.
All right,
he's a gentleman from Canada. We've been wanting to work together for a while. His recent gig, he was doing art for Scholastic Canada. He was doing this book called Haunted Canada, which is a pretty big deal up there. It's like the Goosebumps for us. Yeah. So he was, you know, in those YA books, man, you know, those are killing it, man. So he was doing the artwork and in there, but it wasn't like comic book. It was like painting and traditional stuff. And, you know, he would do some spooky stuff. And so he's looking forward to doing some comic book line art and getting this out. And because he's like, man, this is way easier. I just do the inks on my iPad. I send it to you. You send it to the colorist. It's just, I'm ready. I'm gonna knock out. And he's also finishing up. He's working on another book. It's like 96 pages, and he's actually painting all the panels in it. So it took a long. He's like, I just can't wait to be done with it. I appreciate all work and all clients that I have, but dude, I'm done. I'm never painting again. I just can't wait, dude, to just do comic book line art and, you know, kick ass. And then I'm like, oh yeah, man, we're good to go. So, you know, he's finishing that up. He's getting married, and then he's coming back refreshed, and he's just gonna knock out these pages. So, and I told him, look, I'm gonna start it up. It's a long grind. We'll get this. We'll start this campaign and get some money. Yeah. You know, it's funny, Pops. I asked RJ, and I was like, hey man, can you help me with this? He's like, I got a time slot. So I think we're gonna talk about that on air. So I was like, okay, that'd be cool, you know?
Yeah.
First one stone, and like the information I get, it can be shared out, and you know, yeah, so other creators can you just, you know, take that information and apply it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Whenever I can, I try and share the knowledge as well throughout my streams. Because, you know, the more people know, the better prepared they'll be to tackle it. So do you consider yourself predominantly a storyteller, writer, author?
I'm just a storyteller in general, like whatever medium I can get my hands on that I think would work, you know. Like someone yesterday, they asked me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they asked me, is this like going to be like a Clint Eastwood kind of, you know, spaghetti western kind of comic? I was like, you know what? Those have a real slow build and have amazing soundtracks that won't really work in comics. You can take a little bit of it, like as far as like certain scenes and stuff, and make it work, but like for a comic book, like the reader, they need more action, they need more dialogue, they need to keep the story moving, and I think that's what I'm bringing to it, you know. And this is influenced by like my favorite western would be like Unforgiven, you know.
That one's a good one,
yeah. And then like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and so, and I haven't seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in a long time, and then that I just remember that sticking out for like, oh man, this gives you the feels. And then you know, like it's funny, like Wyatt Earp is one, like the Kevin Costner one, Tombstone, like Young Guns 1 and 2.
I love Young Guns.
Yeah, so I bought all the Blu-rays, and Mark, he's a Canadian, like I said, he's a gentle Canadian man and a very, very kind human being. And he doesn't really like, he's like, I never really got into westerns, Rich, you know. And I'm like, Mark, like we're doing a western comic book. So I was like, you know what, this will be funny. We're actually once we get further in the campaign, we got a content lined up that's going to be called Mark and Richard Watch Westerns, where it's like me trying to egg him on to watch for this gentle Canadian man to watch these Wild West American westerns and try to bring him on board and convert him into a Western fan. So we're going to be doing that during the campaign. So that's going to be fun. Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love
Yeah.
Westerns, and I have a bunch in my collection too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool. Let's see. Yeah, you're not kidding about how international shipping is
Yeah.
horrendous. And then on top of it, when you got the UK, I guess if you are mailing books, then it hasn't really changed much. The graphic novels, the comic books. But
Yeah.
if you start setting a bunch of merch, then you get hit with a major VAT tax,
Yeah.
which can kill you too.
That's scary because we don't really know what it's going to be. And like when I fulfill, like, what if it's crazy? It's a scary thing. I just remember last order I had one order from Australia. I believe it was a book, one book. So that was I believe I was selling them for 15 plus 25. So that's like $40, right? 40
Uh-huh.
bucks we'll say, and the shipping was $60.
Oh shit!
So I was like, oh my god, like it was kind of like I joked about it. I was like, yeah, I paid this person $20 to read the last goodbye.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
a lot of books face that challenge too,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know if it's changed or improved since, but there was a time especially during the pandemic, where
Mm,
freighter ships were just sitting out
yeah,
offshore
that's so
for long
scary.
periods of time, and
Yeah,
they had to wait before they could even offload it onto the island.
yeah. That's why
Uh,
well, one of the reasons I printed with Mixum, because I'm like, okay, well, they print in the USA, so I'm gonna get the books, and then a lot of the customers were from the USA, so they're gonna get their books, and then I could take care of the international orders. But as long as I have the books and people get the books, that people believe you as a creator, like, oh, okay, he's trying to, it's just not like, hey, hey, the books, yeah, they're waiting off of Long Beach in LA. I can't really get them. It's like, did you really order the books? And
yeah,
it's just, I just didn't want that on like the first blemish, because I know there is some like with Indiegogo and just all, like a lot of people, they are passionate about making a comic book, but they don't understand the business side of it and all that goes into it, and the passion project becomes a nightmare, and they don't like know how to communicate with the customers, and they're just like, oh, and
oh
that
yeah,
that that loses a lot of trust. And so my whole campaign was to make sure that I delivered, and then I kept the trust of the customers, of the people that backed it. So I
yeah. That's important.
yeah, that I think that's the most important, dude. Like,
Yeah,
once you lose trust with your fan base, that's it's hard enough to get a fan base, but then to lose trust with your fan base, what's the point, man? That's crazy.
hmm
So
yeah. If I remember, if and maybe you already know the answer to this. I think Rabbi from Another Planet is actually using Mixum for fulfillment.
mhm.
And I believe Mixum's got offices or facilities in Canada, US, and UK.
Mhm.
So if you got a certain number of your books, like maybe you don't have them all signed, the ones going to UK are shipped from the UK location. Those for the US are shipped from the US location. Those for Canada are shipped to all Canada locations. And all it is a matter of sharing the file to the different facilities.
Yeah.
to handle the print jobs.
I wonder if they would charge more, because so what Mixum is that, and this is what I think it is. I can't say for a fact, but I would really put money on it, because what ended up happening
Oh
is
no!
I called
You just
I, oh
no.
no,
Yeah,
again.
for a moment, you're back.
Okay, am I back? Okay. So what ended up happening is I wanted a test run of both comics, the main one and the variant. So I got like one printed up of each, and they sent it, and the box was thick. It was great. It was beautiful. I was like, oh wow, yes, this is the quality I want. This is okay. They take pride in it. And what ended up happening is a backer bought the custom cover, which is the one of one, which is the artist drew the whatever he wanted on the cover and sent it. And so I was selling that at a higher cost. And when they sent it in like a floppy, like mailer, like one of the, those, yeah. And I called him up, and I was like, yo, what? I was like, listen, this is for a customer. Like, I would imagine if you sent the other ones like that, but this is for a customer. Like, I can't. Luckily, it wasn't damaged, but I
Oh
was like,
man.
is this how you send it? And the gentleman was very polite, very friendly, very customer service friendly, and he was just like, hold on, let me make notes, let me contact the printer, let me see who printed this, and he was ready to just get on that printer's behind. And so that led me to believe that Mixum is just a broker, and they hire printers according to the stats, according to what kind of machines they're using, if they're willing to fulfill the job. And so yeah. And
Is
so
that
what I think is even though they have printers over there, uh you would have to like do, this is just my assumption, I don't know if anyone looked into it, but
okay?
say I had a USA, I was like, hey, I got 100 USA orders, I got 15 UK orders, like I would probably have to do a 100 run and a 15 run instead of a 115 run. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to set it up, even though it would be digitally printing. But I don't know. I bet you if you ask, Mixum is really customer friendly. So I bet you if you ask, they might add a little fee to it. But but then again, say you print up to 15 comics in the UK, where like who would you send it to do the rest? Like,
Well,
is there?
oh
Yeah.
well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I was talking to Yan about it, and I hope Yan, if Yan were to get a little warehouse or something, or find a little space to do it, dude, I would totally trust Yan. I would just send it all to Yan, and we'll figure it out from there. So
yeah, I mean, that's what I was about to say. We gotta build and maintain relationships with other CGers worldwide, and that's what some people are already starting to do as a workaround for the whole, as a workaround for all the high shipping costs.
yeah, definitely.
And so, like, if you and I were in different countries, you'd get your proportional cut of the books to fulfill from your side, and based on how many backers in your country, and then likewise I would get my cut of books to fulfill on my side,
Hmm.
and then shipping costs locally would be significantly less.
Yeah,
um, yeah, so plans are in the works.
yeah. I'm open.
Groups.
I'm one that if someone can come with a solution, or brainstorm, and be part of the discussion, whatever I can do, um, but it's just ah man, shipping's crazy. But that's why I just like, what, I'll make it easy for everyone. I'll just order or make available the digital, and we'll just Hey, if you want to support and shipping's too much, I get it. I can't do nothing at this time, but there's the digital, and you know,
Yeah.
that's all I can do.
All right. So you got the devil from Talonflats. A wounded bounty hunter inherits the enemies of the widow who nursed him back to health.
Yes, sir.
How did you meet the artist?
I'm sorry.
How did you meet your artist?
Oh, well, Mark, we've been wanting to do a comic book for a while. We through Facebook, certain Facebook comic book groups. I saw some pieces he was working with. He was working with a group of people that were cool. I was like, hey man, we should work together. And then we came across doing a project called The Keeper, and The Keeper was uh it was I met with this actor named Robert Lasardo, real cool dude, and he was working in a circle that of people that I knew, and they're like, hey, you should do a comic book, or talk to Richard, he's doing comics. And then I was just like, well, this is what I was thinking of doing, maybe a horror comic book and this and that. And he was like, I love it, I love it. And I was like, yeah, well, I could get an artist together. We can, if you give me permission to use your likeness, I can get an artist together and we can make something. Because he was doing like tattoo conventions, horror conventions, and starting to do comic conventions.
Oh wow!
And yeah, he's a very famous actor. Very, very, man. He's a dope actor, and he has a very solid and lovely fan base that's very supportive. And yeah, so I contacted Mark, and we did the Kickstarter. And what ended up happening is everyone thought it was a movie, because for him to do a comic book is just like, huh? Like all his fans were like movie fans.
Uh-huh.
So when it's like, when this movie come out, and a lot of his fans, they will, if it's a movie, they'll travel and they'll go see that movie because they love that man.
Oh wow!
So they were just like, when the movie comes out, I'll go watch it. You let me know. I'm like, but it's not a movie. It's like, it was my fault because I confused them, because we did live action of the trailer.
Oh my god!
And so they're like, we're like, hey, it's a comic book. And a lot of people are like, what's crowdfunding? And then people are just like, when it comes out, I'll buy it on the shelf. I got you. And so it's like, oh man,
Oh
so,
man!
it's just a different fan base for crowdfunding. You can have one fan base, but unless you're like a mega star like Keanu, that they can just, people will travel, just cross over and do it. Yeah, but
So how did that
but
campaign end up going?
yeah, but
How did it do?
well, what ended up is I put it up, and we needed to raise like quite a bit of money, and it wasn't gonna do it, dude. I didn't have no push. There was no CG. No, I'm just like, what's going on, and I just ended the campaign, made sure everyone got their money back, and on to the next. And that's when I started having kids, so I was just like, okay, I can't focus full time on comics. I got little ones I need to take care of, and so yeah, it wasn't until I kind of got everything back together, and then now we're doing comics again, man. Now, and that's what led me to the show.
Yeah.
So
let's play this trailer.
sure.
He
Still a
did
little
feel it.
extra. Kind of made me feel like Red Dead right there, man.
Who made the trailer?
Me, yeah, I got
Oh,
well, with the help of Mark's art and Kenan White's art, and yeah, so
nice. All
yeah,
right.
it helped out, man. It was I kind of wanted to like tell like a little bit of story and then show some art, and I like to keep my trailers to. I try to go for like a cinematic look, but
Okay.
not give away too much of the story. Just like almost like a teaser trailer, So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was trying to accomplish, and like the Western genres, people are real familiar with it. They know what to expect. I'm not gonna do a Kevin Smith, man. I'm not gonna do a bait and switch. Like, hey, guess what, guys? It's really romance. And it's just nah, dude. It's a legit Western. You're gonna, if you like Westerns, or love Westerns, you're gonna love it. Because that's I love Westerns, and that's what I'm making. So
Well, that would be me.
yeah,
So 28 days left. So you just recently launched.
yes, sir.
Are you going to follow the common CG model of 30-day rounds of funding and then in demand?
Yeah, that's pretty much like I said. It's gonna be a grind, man.
So you got an $8,000 flexible goal. Uh, did you choose flexible because you figure, regardless of how much it makes, you're gonna fulfill?
Yeah, like I said, no retreat, no surrender. It's if it takes 6 months to raise the money, it takes 6 months. If it takes 10 months, it takes 10 months. I'm gonna really, really try to hustle as much as I can to get it raised before then. And if I do get it raised before then, it'd be great. But the shipping date was estimated at a year from now, so hopefully I can get it done before then. Because I
How
feel
long?
like the new benchmark to getting a project done is a year. That's like after a year, your grace period's kind of over. So I want to make sure I get this before a year, or at least around a year.
How long was your entire project for the last goodbye?
So the last goodbye, I had a lot. Everything was here except the shirts, which sucked. So like that would have shipped out like 2 months earlier, maybe a month and a half earlier. Like everything was here. I had the stickers, I had the comics. They're like I had the mailers. They're. I was just having boxes in my room, just looking at them, waiting on the shirts. But like I said, the situation was delicate. I can't rush a guy that's like, hey man, I know your brother's in the hospital. But can you find someone to print these shirts? It's just like unsensitive because these are like my high school friends too, So I'm kind of like
Oh,
bugging out about it too. It's just not like people I met off the street. These are like my high school friends that I known since like 8th grade, And
right.
I'm like, dang man, it's just like, and I'm just like, I call, it's like, how's your brother? And then he brings up the shirts, and I'm just like, oh, thank you, dude, thank you, man, I appreciate you, man, and you know. So it's man, dude, they came through like a champ. But for what happened, like because I said my friend goes in the hospital. The employee caught COVID. He ended up passing away, and yeah, it was a real sad situation. You know,
Yeah.
so and my
You
friend's a big guy, so like when that COVID hit, it really hit him hard. Because he's a big guy. And the other gentleman, sadly, he was going through some issues with his wife and living out of the car, so he wasn't in the best health either. Like,
Oh man.
and those that's what's sad is when these people get the COVID and they're like kind of already compromised. It really wrecks them and hits them hard.
Oh yeah. Weakened
So
immune system and all that.
yeah, so it's just they weren't ready for that, man. So
So it's goal is 8,000.
yes,
How's that compare with last goodbye? I don't remember what it was set to.
last goodbye was 2,000, but I already had like the artwork done. That would just cover the printing and coloring and lettering. So I because on the first time I released it was in black and white, and I did the lettering, and I was like, you know what, I want to give it a fresh new makeover. I'm gonna have full color and have Eric Weathers do the lettering, and I wanted to make it look as best as I can, and 2000 covered it, but it got it done. It helped me enough, but it's yeah, I still came out the pocket to make sure that everyone got their product, because my word is worth more than what was in my pocket. So
Yeah. So the 8,000 broken out roughly or generally. So we're probably looking at shipping costs being a chunk of it, printing costs being part of it.
no,
The
actually, like
artist.
that's just art. That's just art, coloring, and lettering.
Oh wow.
And then I have an editor. I have Vince Moore added to the project, and he gets he has a fee with it too. So like with 8,000, I'm probably going to be digging in the pockets to cover shipping and some printing, I imagine. Um that's why I have actually stretch goals, and the stretch goal I have is if I hit 15K, that would put me in a real comfortable position. Everyone's going to get another comic. If you can go to the bottom of the campaign, they're going to get the Donald DeLay cover. I don't know if you've seen it.
Mm.
Have you seen it?
I don't think I've seen it yet.
It's on the bottom. Go to the very bottom. Keep going.
Oops.
There it is. The Donald DeLay cover. Everyone, if I hit 15K, I print up another one for all physical orders, slip that in your bag, and there you go. So,
All right.
yeah, so that's more incentive for people to back, and to everyone's gonna get another free comic on top of it. And I don't know, man. It seems cool because I think when people are like, oh yeah, if we hit this stretch goal, we unlock this. It's like, oh man, you have to pay for it again. So I just like, you know what? Let me get it to a price where if I can hit 15K, everyone gets it that did a physical order. Everyone just gets it added. So that's not bad. You invest 25. This really does some numbers, and you get 2 comic books, and it's free shipping in the U.S. So that's a win-win for everyone.
How do you manage free shipping in the U.S.? Are you factoring it into the cost of the books?
Yeah, I'm going 25 and then free shipping in U.S.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it can be done.
Okay.
It can be done. Because here's what it is. It's U.S. right is under a pound is like around $5, anywhere from like $3.50 to like $5. Over a pound goes like 7 to 10. But if you go like, okay, so say something's over a pound and I'm shipping it into US, like maybe even New York, it'll be like $8. But say it's $3, right? $3, or I mean 3 pounds, it's like $10. So it's like the pound is like if you get under a pound, it's one thing. Over a pound, just might as well just send it all. So
Cool. Covers. Standard cover by Mark Savona. Now, is Magnier the colorist?
Yeah, that's Brian. Brian's the colorist. He's out of the Philippines. He's talented dude, man. Talented dude. He's coloring the whole book. He colored all the covers, except Preston. Preston painted his own. Preston's dope. Just
hell yeah.
Get out of Preston's way, man. Just let Preston work the magic, man.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. This is a good one.
Yeah, I like them all because they're all so different. They all have a different feel to it. But it's all the campaign. all the. It's just I don't know. It just like back in the Western days when they would draw up posters and the posters they wouldn't all look the same. They would draw like a wanted thing and they all wouldn't look the same. Like different areas. Like they had different sketches of people. That's kind of what I wanted with the covers. Is like this is Preston's version of the main character. That was Kane and White's version of the main character. Mark is the artist book, so that's going to be the most accurate. But this is like their uh you know this is the character through their eyes, and it's like like I say constantly, it's when I hire artists, I like to hire them, tell them what it's about, and then get out of their way and let them just do what they do.
So when you, as a writer, present the material, the script to the artist, are you the type who lays it out kind of like an outline, or do you like do chunks of paragraphs? Do you do like thumbnail images?
I do. So if it's just I do panels and kind of describe the panel. I try to. I remember when I forgot where I got this advice from. I think it was from the book I have over here, but they were talking about when you're doing like comic book script writing, when you're describing the panel, unless it's important, you don't really need to add it in there. Like unless you're like Alan Moore, where everything matters. They're like you don't have to do that. So when I do a script, it's like kind of like uh, I kind of just tell the artist what I need and a certain fill that I'm looking for, and then I go on from there. If I need to do like add a picture for like a reference, then I'll add that. For characters, I'll get like a Google picture and throw it in there and add that, and then Mark will just work his magic and do what he does. So with this one, let's see, we made a little bit of corrections, but it was just like on the bottom, the three like panels on the bottom. We kind of arranged that a little differently, changed that up, and did some other stuff. But what's amazing with digital is Mark can do what he wants, take a chance, and just get creative. And then if we need to alter it, we alter it. But he has the freedom to do what he wants. I even tell him if it's not on the script, do it and see what happens. And if I don't think it damages the story or distracts from the story, I'll run with it. I'm pretty open minded, because I know it's a collaboration and can't just So, but yeah, everything looks good, man. I'm excited about it. Like when I get these pages back, it's little adjustments here, and then I look at it and I'm like, oh man, these are great. Yeah.
Team writer Richard Embree, artist Mark Savona, colors Brian Afro Magne, editor Vince Moore. So stretch goals 10K gives you 6 more pages added to the story. 12K all physical orders get a trading card, and 15K all physical orders get the download me. Hold on a minute. Trading card. All physical orders get the download delay cover added to their order. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. When Donald, I was like, dude, you're the artist, bro. Just make it fun. He sent me kind of like a little sketch of this. I was like, run with it, bro. Looks great. And then, Donald works fast, man. I was like, because I contacted him and I was like, I wanted to work with you, bro. Like, you want to do a mini poster or a cover? He's like, yeah, whatever, And then, quoted me the price. And then I was like, all right, And then I was like, okay, it's the weekend. I'm not going to bug him or anything. And then I'm at church. I get a I get a message from him from Twitter like, "Yo, man, what's up? You sending the file or what? We working over here, man." I'm like, "Man, I'm at church, bro. I'm trying to find Jesus, man. You all right?" So yeah, man. But that just like, dude, all right, that's what's up, dude. That's CG. He's about that work, man. He's about making it happen. So
Oh yeah,
man.
for sure.
So I was like, "Here you go, bro. Yeah, here you go." And
Nice.
he was ready to go.
Uh,
That was like
was it?
man, that whole transaction was like almost felt like 72 hours. Like that. Like I got this quick, man. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those are good transactions.
Yeah, man. So,
Where it gets knocked out.
yeah. I mean all the like Kane White, he was quick as well, and for the amount of work he has on his plate, he was pretty quick, you know, and very 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 easygoing, very you know, easy to work with. And it was he kind of made that announcement that he's not CG right after I got the, you know, right after we decided to do this cover.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, oh no, like, you know, and I was just like, bro, I'm a fan of you. You know, I love your work. You know, I'm CG. Do you still mind doing the cover? He's like, bro, I'll work with whoever. It's for myself. This is what I'm, you know. I was like, okay, I respect that, man. I respect him as an artist, man. I respect him as his talent. So I was just kind of nervous that he wasn't going to work with me. I'm like, oh no, now I got to, like, you know, am I going to get refunded or what's going to happen?
Right, yeah.
Sometimes when people say they're no longer CG, they make a hard left turn. But that was just you know, he just, you know, needs to do. He just, you know, wants to do what he wants to do. And, I mean, he's a grown man. I'm not gonna question him. You know, he you know, by all means, man. I'll still like all his art, and you know, he's never disrespected me or disrespected anyone that I know. So, I mean, that you're good in my book.
So let's check out these perks. It's always cool when there's a feature perk. It's kind of like the most bang for your buck, if you will.
Yeah.
You get, it'll vary on campaign, obviously, but sometimes you'll get like the main book, you'll get a variant cover, or you might get prints or trading cards with it. So yours is a covers combo. And
yeah, just one of each.
Straightforward.
Yeah, just six. You know, they're at 25 a piece, so it's 20 a piece plus free shipping. 3 comics, $60 out the door, man. I feel that's a. I mean, if you like the covers and you can't decide, that's a pretty great deal to go with, especially because the Preston cover is going to be Indiegogo exclusive, so you won't be able to get this cover ever again. I'm just printing. This is for my Indiegogo people through the campaign, through on demand. Once I close it down, that's it. You know, like I said, I'll probably print a couple for my kids, put them away, and that's it. that's all, man. I'll print a couple extra in case there's any damage that I could send out. You know, it's still customer service, but other than that, it's printing for the kids and keep it moving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now you got digital.
Yeah, digital combo.
That often appeals to international backers.
Yeah, and then people that because people are asking me, are you gonna print the last goodbye again? And I'm like, nah, I'm not ready to print that because I made the agreement with my backers that you know, I'm not gonna print that in that quality again. Like, so you were a backer, so you that the last goodbye, that quality, that print run is limited to the campaign, and that's it. You know, if I do print it again, it would be a different color or a different stock of paper, very more for like a $5 sale. You know what I mean? To sell at con, where I get printing overseas, and it wouldn't have the love and care of the Indiegogo, where it's printed in the USA at the top quality. You know, so I'll do that in the future. People have asked me like, hey, why don't you just change the cover but still print it out, still have a variant on a variant? Maybe I might do that in the future, but right now I'm just offering it digitally to people that want to enjoy it, maybe read it, and now they can get both. Like if they didn't get they didn't get it last time and they're overseas or whatever, you can get them both for 15. So
Nice.
yeah,
Um, so you got the digital combo, Last Goodbye, and out of curiosity, why did you leave the digital tier blank? No image.
it shouldn't be.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's blank on. Yeah, it's not blank on mine.
Oh wow! All right, maybe it's mine.
Maybe. Yeah, that scared me. Yeah,
Oh, there
it
it
is.
goes. Ooh,
Yeah,
I was going. Well, that's interesting. Is that like the equivalent of vaporware,
yeah,
where it's advertised that there's something, but you never see it come to
yeah.
fruition?
Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. You know?
Hey,
Buy it and we'll both find out.
yeah, you're teaming up with Cecil and CashApp.
Yeah,
So we got.
but mine would be more of a coin grab because he's banking it. He's cash grab. I'm like coin grab.
We've got the Devil from Talonflats Digital for 10. Oh, did I just?
Yeah, it was 10.
Yeah, because we already covered that.
Yeah,
This
the
is
digital was 15 because we added the last goodbye to it, and then all colors are covers the all covers are 25 a piece, free shipping in the USA. So I know international shipping is I'm pricing at what I was paying for last time. So just so people don't think I'm like a dick, like charging extra for shipping to make money. I'm just like, look, it's free in the US. I'm not, like I'm basically charging you the difference of what I was paying over there. So
nice.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I might actually have to figure something out. Uh, yeah, I think I made a yeah. I don't know. I got to really work on those international shipping and figure it out, and we'll go from there.
So next we have the standard cover by Mark Savona.
Hmm.
We got the variant cover by Kenny White.
Hmm.
Each of them is 25, 25, 25. And the Indiegogo exclusive cover by Preston Acevedo. Nice. Next up is a comic and shirt combo.
Yeah, you get to pick any cover that you want. You get a shirt and one comic, and you pick the cover. And the next option is you get the comics and shirt. You get all the comics and the shirt.
Cool.
Yeah.
All the covers and the shirt for 80. Join the posse. Have your likeness drawn into the. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
You
you
can
got
be a
5
bad guy or a good guy.
Oh, the backer gets to choose?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why people are like, how many pages is it? I'm like, it's going to be over 50 because I haven't wrote the scene in. Like, depending on how many posse members I get, if you jump on this, like, you're going to get some I want to say some screen time, but some panel time. And I want to make sure that it's the bang for the buck. If you're a bad guy, I want to make sure that you're a pretty cool bad guy. You have some part in the story, and if you're a good guy, I want to make sure you have some good part in the story as well. So it's fun, man. I would love to draw some CG fans in there to be a part of it and see what happens, and that just seems like fun.
That's pretty sweet. I like tiers where you can be part of the story.
Yeah.
And it also is good. I always recommend for campaigns that you have like at least one or two higher end tiers, because there's a portion of our community who are, I guess you might say, generous.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Sometimes,
mean,
oh, go ahead.
yeah. That's why I was trying to get everyone from $10 to $250. And so for the guys that are the higher end, that they want to come out and they want to have a good time. I want to make sure I had a tier for them. So that's what this is, and that's why I want to make sure I take care of them well. Everyone that pays for this, man, I want to make sure that you're in the comic. You feel your money was well spent. You like in. I want it. That's why it's like, hey, well, what do you want to be? You want to be cast as a good guy? You want to be cast as a bad guy? Because it's gonna be fun.
The So you get the T-shirt, you get the 3 covers, and you got the chance to be in the posse.
Yes, sir.
Are you during this campaign planning on selling the original artwork? Either, well, let me see. The interiors are digital, right?
Yeah,
Huh.
I think I gotta talk with Preston. He was talking about selling the painting or putting on the campaign or doing that, but I'm not sure. I'll be a guest on his show on or on his channel on Thursday, so
Impressive.
I'll ask him because that would be cool, man. I want well, first of all, I want him to sell that painting and make some money, man, and I want someone that's a fan of the comic book to have that painting to be happy. That would be ideal for me.
Yeah, those original art will fetch even more money.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I think he has his own website where he puts it on. So I don't know. I just whatever I can help him to sell that and make some money, and anytime my friends make money, dude, I'm happy. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
there's Preston's featured on a lot of campaigns, and oftentimes his piece, his painted piece, uh, is offered for sale too, and people dig it.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. This is mighty good. I do love westerns. I gotta say that.
Yeah, it's me too, man. And so I like I said, I know this is gonna be a grind. Uh, but I'm providing. I I feel. I think creating content or providing content during the campaign will keep people entertained and interested, and at the same time grow the campaign as well. So I'm gonna be on as many streams as I can get on. Me, John, and Fade, we're gonna start doing Friday nights again. Me and Fade, we're gonna start playing Red Dead Redemption online because we were having fun doing that. Yeah, where I'm gonna try to make my character look like the main character and go around and do bounty hunting with me and Fade. It'd be funny, and I we're doing the Mark and Richard watch westerns, and then Vince Moore, who he's like to me, dude, he's like a comic guru, man. He has a lot of experience in comics and writing and editing, uh, like over 15 years in retail and comic books. He just knows just a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, man, and that's why I got him on board because I like me, like I respect the medium so much that I'm not the hugest comic book fan, but I'll go out and reach out to the guys that are and bring them on and be part of the team. And so I was like, hey, man, I need your knowledge in comics and this and that, and you know, so I was like, hey, man, I know a great idea for a show, like why don't you introduce me to some classic stuff that you really like some really like kick-ass runs that maybe people don't really know of that you recommend? Because in retail, when he comes, like people come in, they're like, okay, well, what are you looking to read? And they like the store owners guide you in the right direction. Uh, and so I was like, why don't you recommend some stuff, and then we do a show about it, and then I'll buy it like digitally and read it and give my feedback, and we'll discuss it, and people, it'll be almost like a comic book club. And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. So that's going to be in the works too. So because I'm trying to do streaming, but at the same time I'm trying to do like pre-recorded shows that I can put up on YouTube and provide content, or they're like 10, 15, 20 minutes, you know, because like a lot of people are doing the streams, a lot of people are doing it well, but I figure in the meantime of promoting and going to other streams and this and that, I can create content for my own channel and just get more eyes on it. And
Oh
you
yeah,
know, so that's the kind of route
that's,
I was going to take.
yeah, that's extremely important. Definitely
Yeah,
planning ahead. That's going to help in the long run.
yeah,
Like,
and that, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
oh, I was just going to add that, one of the challenges on my channel, I mean, I'm slowly growing again.
Hmm.
I'm at what, 378 subs? So that's cool.
Nice.
Um, I, as you may know, am big into streaming.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't like taking, I mean, it's kind of fun putting together videos, but it seems like it takes so much more editing time
Yeah, yeah,
that I don't care for it as much. but
yeah,
but YouTube's platform is very much video centric, so it makes sense to create videos like 5 to 7 minutes long or something.
yeah. It's just a mix. I mean, to be honest, I like editing. I like getting raw footage and making it, you know, making it pop, making it look cool, and uh, yeah, I'm just thinking of that. And the thing too is, I feel that people would be more open to a 10-minute video than a 3-hour stream if they missed it.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
and then people, but like here's the thing. What else I learned is, yeah, when you think you know people, you don't know people, because people, they'll love to throw on a 3-hour stream, do something, and that'll be that, or it's, you never know, or they'll fast forward and go through some stuff or whatever, so you know
Yep, yep. I hear that.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think the art looks great. Pretty sweet. Let's play this trailer again,
cool.
and we'll wrap things up. When it fires, it displays the your logo. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want, like I said, I wanted to keep it like kind of cinematic, but short and sweet, and you know, just give you a little teaser of the vibe of it, the vibe of the comic. And
Did you mix that music up as well? I mean, is that
no, that was I gave the credit in the YouTube. It was, I think it's called The Drifter. I found like some royalty free music. They're like, hey, it's royalty free as long as you mention this stuff on the bottom, and which I followed their guidelines and put it in there. So it's called the Drifter. I don't know like the name of the person, but they have the name of the licensing company that allows you to use it. Which is
Okay,
weird.
right. Gotcha. Yeah, so, oh my gosh. Welcome, Lola. Good to have you. What's up?
Welcome.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever do this thing where every now and again, not necessarily intentionally, but you go and look at the clock?
Yeah.
And it says 11:11.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you're like, oh wow, like this only happens 2 times in the day, and I caught one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 12:34.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I see 11:11 a lot. I'm told
you should write a like a thriller suspense comic called 11:11.
Yeah.
It's like things happen, like time stops, and like all this happens, and he keeps looking at the clock, and it's always 11:11. And it's just like he just sees things happen, and then like all of a sudden he looks at the clock, it's 11:11, and like everything that he saw just got undone, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
Wow, you got a new IP.
Yeah.
You planned out.
Oh, that's yours, man. That's yours, man. Oh no, I'm a drug counselor. I hear a lot of tweaker talk, so 11:11 kind of fits into like that. That like
Well,
the stories I hear. So
supposedly numerology, it's supposed to mean that I guess angels are watching over you, and they're kind of signaling or communicating with you that you're on the right track.
That's good. That's good that we saw that on my my interview for this, because that's a good sign, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what it means. We can't do that now. We got to scrap that because angels won't come back. We disrespect them like that,
man. That means your campaign is going to succeed and get fully funded.
Oh, God willing, man. God willing.
Yeah, this is a awesome looking project.
Thank you.
So I am, I keep seeing you advertise it, and I'm digging it.
Cool, man. Cool.
I am going to give you the floor here. Hey, this is Brian Crisco. Wee doggies. What's up, fellas? Hello.
What's up, Brian?
Good to have you. So everybody back this campaign, The Devil from Talonflats.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you to everyone who's already backed it. Hey.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, brother.
Hello.
Yeah.
You get more eyes on this. Hell yeah.
Definitely, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, Brian.
For those of you who backed, thank you so much. Yeah, it takes a moment for everything on Indiegogo to refresh. It seems like the backer count refreshes pretty quickly, but you have to wait a few minutes before the monetary amount also updates.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this in people's hands and, just enjoying a good old Western that I'm telling you, man, it's going to end violent, man. It's in the stars, bro. I know I'm writing it, man. Trust me, there's nothing going to stop it from not ending violent. This is going to be, that's the reason why I actually wanted to do a Western, because that's one of the core functions, man. They all end violent, man. So
if I'm remembering, is this book going to be about 50 plus pages?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And do you envision this as a one and done, or are you looking to turn this into an ongoing series?
So this story is going to be a complete story, but there will be room in the Devil from Talonflat universe to do sequels, to do prequels. It depends on the response. If what it is if it gets a good response, and I really have a kick-ass story that will do justice to that good response, then I'll continue with it. If not, if I have a kick-ass story in another IP, then I'll do that. But if I have a semi kick-ass story, I'll make sure I get it to a kick-ass story, and then before I release it, because I just want to make I want to keep elevating as a writer. I want to keep satisfying, my backers. I want to keep doing all that, man. I just want to keep growing as a creator.
Absolutely. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, let's refresh once more. There we go.
Awesome.
You're at 8%, 660. Hey.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you again. And he said, I wouldn't have backed it if it didn't look dope as AF. Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you, man. I have a lot of talented people that I brung on and I got out of their way, and they make it look awesome. So my hats off to Mark, to Kanan, to Preston, to Brian in the Philippines, man. It's just all these guys are just bringing heat, man. I'm just cool, good, because it's all good for the project, it's all good for the customer, it's all good for the backer, it's all good for the supporters, it's all good for the haters, man. It doesn't matter. Like I'm just happy to be a part and actually bring this book out to the public, and I just can't wait to get it in people's hands. So that's what's driving me. I know, like I said, I know it's gonna be I don't want to say an uphill battle, but a grind. I know it's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be a dogfight, but like I'm prepared for that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go on streams. I'm ready to print up flyers and go hand them out at the mall. I'm ready to.
Wow.
We're man, we're gonna get this funded, bro. We're gonna get this funded.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
Totally, man. Yeah, so thank you everyone who's already backed this. If you have backed it, well, consider backing it again. Cool. You might have some family and friends who'd be interested in copies of this. And, they love it as a birthday gift or an anniversary gift even. Yeah. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. And if you don't have the means to back it today, please consider sharing it all over social media. Every new set of eyeballs counts.
Yeah, very, very appreciated if people share it. Yeah, man, thank you.
Most definitely. I am giving you the floor, sir. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Find me on Twitter, Richard Embree at Richard Embree, at Forest Publishing, or I think it's Forest Pub LLC. You can find me on Facebook. Again, just Richard Embree or Forest Publishing. Just back Talonflats. I mean, I'm putting my heart, my soul, blood, sweat, and tears all into this comic. I got a lot of talented people that I'm working with, and man, we just to get talented people, we need to raise money to make sure that their time is appreciated, and that's why we need to get our goal of 8,000 and keep going and growing from there. So whatever you can do, either sharing, either back in the digital, or hey, if you want to ball out and be in the comic, go ahead and do that too, man. All that support is appreciated. And if you don't back me, please just back an indie person, man, because we really appreciate and need your funding to bring these awesome projects to life. So, and that's it, man. Thank you, WyzGyz, for having me on, and have a good night, man. Thank you all.
Yeah, I hope to have you on many more future shows too.
Definitely.
Always welcome to stop by throughout the different stages of your campaign.
I would love to. I mean, the gears are grinding right now. I'm thinking, how can I maybe lower international orders? What can I do different? I'm thinking right now, and maybe I might just put up new tiers next to these ones for international orders that I right under these to do something, to help out the international community that wants you know, what did I say? The wants physical copies. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
One thing about CG is the bulk of the population is heavy into the physical.
yes, I'm totally aware, man. So that's why I try to like what I can control is the U.S. shipping because I really have a handle on that. So that's why I was like, okay, you know what, free shipping. You guys are already paying $25 for a book, free shipping. I got you. You know, because I'm really not a greedy person, but I can't take a loss too much. You know,
Well,
I
yeah,
can't
I
take too
mean
much of a loss. So
that's the thing. I mean, a lot of indie creators, it takes them releasing 3 to 4 books before they start to realize any profits.
yeah,
Is
I mean
I guess kind of oh, go ahead.
the way I see it is as long as my comic gets made, I'm winning. You know, if we only raise 8 and I have to come out of pocket a couple G's or whatever to get it out to everyone, you know, hey, the comic got made. I'm happy. To me that's a success. You know, it's getting this in people's hands and getting made. Because as a creator, having an idea and holding it in your hand and being able to share it with someone and people that have supported you, they're able to enjoy it. That's where I find my joy. So like the money will come. Me, I'm just trying to be a better creator. Because the money always comes to uh to, to you know, the money always comes to the if you produce good enough product and you're constantly improving, you're not gonna have a hard time finding new customers, more customers, or the return customers. So that's my goal.
True.
Yeah,
Um, it's all
that
about funding that next book.
definitely. You
Yeah,
know,
any profits you can garner from one campaign can be reinvested in the next.
yeah, definitely. So, all
Very
right,
cool.
wise guys, thank you
The,
for having me on, brother. I look forward to talking to you again, and you know
likewise.
we always chop it up and chat anyway. So I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Indeed. And
All right.
yeah, so as everyone knows, you can find all my social media in the descriptions of every stream. And peace and love, fellas. Likewise.
Thank you, Brian. Have a great night.
And I want to thank everyone in chat for being here. You guys freaking rock. Appreciate all your support. I'm at 378 subs. So working up gradually. So sometime soon, I'm planning on doing a celebration stream. So that's going to be in the future, and pretty excited about that news. And I'll be making some more videos myself. Some really quick, short videos that are easier to consume than my outrageously long streams. Yeah, thank you everyone in chat. You guys are great. Thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. And I want to wish everyone a fantastic evening. See you on the next stream. Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube sensation. Guys, how you doing? Welcome to the show.